That's the part we like.
Yeah, man.
That part right there. How you doing, man?
I'm well, sir. How about you?
I'm holding up.
That's what's up.
Holding up.
That's what's up.
Nothing more, nothing less. Dom, how you doing over there?
Just riding the waves of life.
Okay, Dom
I
Diddy.
gotta put that on a t-shirt. Riding the waves of life. Jeez.
Yes, sir.
The wave. Did you go to the wave? Are you an amusement park kind of person?
I don't know if you take out the roller coaster riding, yeah.
So no, you're not. Roller coasters are like half of the amusement park.
Yeah, okay. The last
So-
roller coaster I rode was a wooden roller coaster,
Well, which one?
and I felt like I was in a fight.
I mean, yeah, you get tossed around a little bit. You'll be
Yeah.
all right though.
That's not my idea. of a
Which
good
one did you
time.
ride?
Raging Wolf Bob.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Raging Wolf Bob.
Yep.
So that was at a park called Geauga Lake. Those who know. Those who don't, you'll never know because it's an abandoned field with some remnants of an amusement park now.
Just
but
saying.
Geauga. But see, back then Geauga Lake I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a lot of fun.
It was the place to be back in the day.
No, so listen, but here's the thing. Like when I got older, of course it was girls there, so
Mhm.
we out, we going.
Mhm.
And then the bus at the end of my street used to go straight there.
Okay.
So that was a thing. We had season passes and all that type of shit.
Mm-hmm.
But that ain't the times that I remember the most. When I was like 9 through like 13,
Yeah.
before I could go out and kick it by myself,
Right.
it was close enough where I would go kick it with Pops for the weekend
Mm-hmm.
and we would just go.
Mm-hmm.
Just me and him, wouldn't be nobody else. We jump in the car, drive 45 minutes, head out there. And I vividly remember the vendors
Okay.
because back then it hadn't been commercialized yet. This was before it turned into Six Flags and all of that shit.
Right.
So there'd be a booth where you could get like apple cider, or you can go get like all the carny food, like the the corn dogs and the
Right.
funnel cakes and all of that. But
Yeah.
it was local people with recipes who was hired to be there and was just making their own money. Like it was a private booth. It was like they was all vendors.
Right.
So you get some old woman in this little hut with this pot of apple cider sitting on the stove simmering. She got a ladle, and she just fill your cup up. You get a half a bucket. It was like $3.
Right.
You be sipping this shit for hours, man. It'd be the best tasting shit. Like I remember doing that. And of course it was just me and Pop, so all them moments was always dope. But
Right.
I miss that.
That's
The
what's up.
smaller end. Like I hate the fact that everything is commercialized. Cause Cedar Fair is running it up.
Man.
They are running it up. But I digress. I've been to Kings Island before. It is pretty dope. It's way doper than Cedar Point in my opinion.
Okay.
But I'm definitely an amusement park guy.
That's what's up. Even
Um,
to this day, you still ride the roller coaster?
Yeah, still
Okay.
rocking with them.
Okay.
Still rocking with them. My son get down too.
Okay.
I done took him on a couple trips. We was like, yo, let's roll. We out.
Yeah.
And we done did that and had a good time.
That's what's up.
I guess we'll call that a soft intro, people.
Something like that.
BWYF@gmail.com. That is the email. Please email the show with all of your questions, your comments, and your concerns. If you're watching this on YouTube because we ain't posted it to nowhere else yet.
Right.
So if you're watching it, hit that notifications bell, jump in the comments, smash the like button, and please subscribe.
And email us, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Come on,
man. The questions episode is coming soon. If you want to get in on that, you got to email the show.
Yeah.
You got to email the show. Or you can jump in the comments, ask us a couple questions, whatever y'all want to hear. That's cool.
Indeed.
But yeah, we good.
Mhm.
Everybody doing good. What else do we have to do? I want to get all the business, all the work stuff out the way first. Dom, is the voting still open?
Yeah, it is still open. But so there's this film in India, and I think that they either hacked the system or they just have like a whole bunch of people that are voting for it,
Okay.
and they have like almost 4,000 votes right now, while everyone else has like under 500.
Oh, wow.
So
Hey, so no pressure to our listeners, but
yeah, we need
Right.
you.
we got to show up and show out here, people.
Yeah.
We got to get this done. Dom has the what happened to the flyer?
It's on the couch.
It's on the hold on. So I can hear again because you can't hear. Hopeless Nights is a short film, people. We discussed it last week. We're going to discuss it this week. And again, no pressure, but we got to show up, y'all. We got to be there.
It's good. It was a good movie,
It's
Dom.
a good film.
Again, man, you did your
Appreciate
thing
it.
on that.
It is a short film. Dom, you wrote and directed it?
Yes.
Man.
Impressive.
And
Impressive.
filmed and edited it.
Impressive.
Nice.
Yeah.
So my man did all the work. He didn't do any of the acting, but he did
No.
find good actors to do the acting.
Yes, indeed.
So the vision has been created, and it came out really well. So please, Hopeless Nights is a short film. It is on YouTube.
Yes.
Can we put the link to it in the video?
Yeah, I'll do that.
We'll post
Let's
the
get
link
it.
and all of that fun stuff. Check him out. When you go over there, hit his notifications bell and hit his like button and subscribe to all the Dom stuff too. On top of this, so let's get into it, man. Cause this one hit home for me.
Yeah.
This one hit home for me because I guess before I get into it,
Yeah,
we should actually go ahead and say what the debate is. You want to go ahead?
Let me phrase it this way.
Okay.
Is it acceptable to use the term or the phrase, I was raised that way?
Ooh. The reason this hit home for me is because it comes up in my own personal life a lot. A whole lot. And I guess essentially I've been torn between should you abandon what you were taught,
Okay.
or should you learn to adjust, adapt, and develop? I think there's a line you're supposed to walk, but I mean, so here's my issue with it is your family opinion is usually valued.
Okay.
There are some exceptions to the rule, but as we always say on this show, exceptions to the rule don't change the rule.
Exactly.
So you usually want to make the people who took care of you happy.
Mm-hmm.
You want to make sure you do them proud. You want to do right by your people.
Absolutely.
So abandoning some of those life lessons, some of those moral lessons and things of that nature and so on and so forth. Particularly, and I don't really want to go too deep into this, but particularly in church.
Okay. How so?
Well, me and my old lady do not always agree with a lot of the things that happen in a church.
Mutually?
Mutually.
Okay.
And neither one of us were raised to not get up and go to church on Sunday. We were both raised to do so.
Okay.
And we have our qualms with a lot of the things that's happening in church in 2022.
Right.
And but again, we was raised that way.
But
Supposed to get up and go do that. So
you know, you said something interesting about do you do away with, and I don't know that we would necessarily do away with, depending on what it is.
yeah,
But I would say that whether it's good or bad in your perspective, perhaps maybe it's beneficial to challenge what you were raised to do or how you were raised. Challenge in the sense of constantly trying to seek an update on the information, because operating under outdated information is detrimental. You know what I'm saying? So I think that it's important to take a look at it, observe it, and in doing so you'll get to know yourself, and then just like we said last week, leave room for improvement.
yeah. I think that's huge. You know, it's interesting you use the word updates. You know how you get an update? You got to shut down and start over.
That's true.
You got to stop everything you're doing.
And updates also
Shut down.
Updates also come with new terms and agreement.
Yes, they do.
that you also have to okay and accept.
You are not lying about that. But again, sometimes you don't always have the opportunity in life to shut down. Like, for instance, with the whole church thing, where you turn off where you're at morally to become something else. I don't want to turn my morals off. I don't really want to stop. Like, so it's interesting to see like how. And again, it's been a while. Me and my old lady been together for a good long time, but that's one of the things. The other issue it comes up in raising kids.
Okay.
There's two children in my house. Well, there's two people in my household that we've raised, and we were raised two very different ways. And the time I was raised that way has come up a lot.
Right.
And we have had very different expectations for what we should be doing with our children and what we should be expecting from our children.
Okay.
We have very different expectations when it comes to our kids, so it's come up a lot there too. I think it's just a matter of, like you said, challenging it, seeing if the old system can be updated. But what I've noticed is a lot of times, and this is probably the philosophy that I've adopted, is that I need to figure this out for myself.
Okay.
I can understand and respect the position that people were in when I was being raised, but I need to sit back, look at all the facts, front to back, top to bottom, and go, okay, what would be the best for me and mine right now? Not to necessarily turn your back on tradition, not to necessarily forget where you came from and things of that nature, but it's definitely worth analyzing. I don't think just doing things because that's where you came from is a sufficient enough reason.
Right. I think it's healthy
to do anything.
By challenge, I mean ask questions. I think it's healthy to have some questions,
Yeah.
But depending on where you come from, you may have been taught never to question, right?
Yeah.
And then if you don't ask questions, then how do you get answers?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That part.
To the actual things that you need to know. Because a lot of times you may not know what you don't know, and so
the unknown.
You stumble upon something unknown.
Yeah.
But you've been taught not to ask questions, so now you kind of just walking around with the unknown, and that's not maybe the most beneficial thing to do. So that's something to challenge and maybe do away with this whole don't ask questions.
Well, for me personally, a lot of the things that I was raised on don't apply anymore. And that was when I really started to quit. Like, my father never had to check my browser history.
Okay.
I didn't have a browser history.
Exactly.
Like, so when I'm raising my son, there's a lot of different aspects that I had to do or that I had to go through or hoops that I had to jump through when I was his age that, to be honest, just don't exist. Like, I spent a lot of time at the library. You know why? Because we had to write a paper. To do that, you had to reference the books that you got your information from.
Right.
There was no click a link at the bottom of my page or the bottom of my paper that I submitted before midnight to be able for you to know what I'm referencing and how I worded it different and so on and so forth.
Absolutely.
Like, that didn't exist.
Right.
So I spent time at a library, and because of that, there was all kinds of other things. There were plenty of distractions. There was the comic book section, there was the movie section, there was the music section, and there were girls.
Of course.
So there were so many things that my father had to do and had to worry about when he was raising me that. And it's funny because my son told me the other day, he was like, I'm like, what are you doing after school before I come down and pick you up? He's like, I'm probably just going to go to the library. And I side-eyed the shit out of his ass. Side-eyed the shit out of his ass. I don't even think he's seen it, but I was like, oh, Lord.
Brought back memories.
Man, what?
That's hilarious.
I remember saying that exact same sentence to my father, and that was chock full of debauchery.
Oh, my God.
I had no intentions on studying a damn thing when I got to the library.
Right.
Man.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, fucked me up.
To see yourself.
In
yourself.
So,
man.
I'm looking at him, and I'm seeing me, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Lord Jesus. But, like I said, a lot of the things don't apply, so it's easier for me to make the adjustments and challenge the things because I can't do a lot of the shit that he can do. But like, for instance, my old lady says, I said, babe, we about to be late. can you come on?
Mm-hmm.
And she says, you know, I'm about to be late. That's fine. My mama will be running late sometimes too. I'm like, well, thank God your mama wasn't a serial killer. Because if you were just out here murdering people and your excuse for doing it was, well, my mama used to do it, it would be awful. It would be absolutely awful. But I see people using it as an excuse sometimes to justify their bullshit. It's like, yo, I go shopping a lot. I like to shop. I like to spend money. Well, why do you do that? Well, my mama liked to shop. Like, no.
Yeah.
I mean, don't read.
At some point, as you give more and more examples, it sounds like adults are, in this day and age, feel like it's okay to blame their parents.
Yes.
That's
essentially what you're doing when you say that. Is you be like, all my fuck ups is not my fault. It's theirs.
Okay. I was just wondering if I was picking up on what I was picking up on, because when I heard it, I was like, so if you were raised this way, then my next question is, raised by who this way?
Yeah.
And what way are we talking about? Of course, it's going to be whatever the context is. But are we then saying that whatever happened then is controlling how you operate now?
Yeah.
Because then we got a problem.
We got a serious problem.
Because we got a system that needs to be updated.
You're whatever age you are. I'm assuming you're a consenting adult, and we're sitting here telling, like, so you didn't have any life experiences. You didn't have any trauma. There were no ups. There were no downs. You just still functioning on the same system that was installed.
Yeah, and we're really just talking about, just so that there's no confusion, really kind of shifting the conversation to things that pertain to not really beneficial for the group, or things that aren't necessarily working, but we continue to do it.
Yeah.
What they call insanity, doing the same thing and expecting different results.
Expecting a different result.
But then using the justification of, I was raised this way.
There's already so much shit that you're going to get from the people who brought you here, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
Your looks, your body type.
You don't just inherit looks, right? You inherit some other things.
Yeah. You inherit. Yeah. You soak in way more shit.
Yeah.
Than you ever wanted to.
Nature and nurture.
A lot of diseases are hereditary. They should get passed down from generation to generation.
Right.
When you go to the doctor, they ask for your family history. That's true. That shit you cannot avoid.
Yep.
So when it comes to things that you clearly have control over, and you put it in the same category as the rest of the stuff that you had to get, whether you liked it or not, it's just lazy adulting. So,
with that being said, is comfort and lazy the same thing?
No.
Are they synonymous?
Unfortunately, but I don't think that's fair. Because there's some people out there who work very hard to be comfortable. Comfort doesn't always come with ease. Some people have to work extremely hard to be comfortable. Extremely hard. It takes a lot of work and dedication to their craft. Some people aren't comfortable if things aren't accomplished.
Okay, so the question is comfort and lazy, not talking about the process, I'm just talking about the outcome of comfort.
Okay.
And the outcome of lazy. Is it synonymous? Not talking about what you got to do to get to comfort. Is it synonymous is what I'm saying.
I'm torn, because here's the thing. It's like if you're comfortable, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're relaxed, I'm assuming. Mm-hmm. You're taking an opportunity to take some time for yourself. Mm-hmm. How often do you do that? I think plays a role in this. And I think also what you're doing while you're comfortable is a direct descendant of, is it being lazy?
So you're saying that maybe comfort and lazy are based on frequency?
Yes.
Okay, how so?
So, lazy people tend to procrastinate.
Okay.
Put things off to the last possible minute and then do what they classify as enough to get by.
Okay.
I think that's how I would personally describe lazy.
Okay. Is that similar to something being outside of my comfort zone and I'm not comfortable doing it because it's outside of my comfort zone, so maybe I procrastinate?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
As we've discussed in previous episodes, ignorance is bliss.
Okay.
Ignorance, by definition, is knowing and not doing. Some people know that they need to do some shit and are choosing not to do it.
Because of
whatever the fuck reason.
So would that be comfort or lazy?
That would be lazy.
Okay. Because they're uncomfortable, perhaps?
I wouldn't necessarily say that. It might not make them more comfortable. There's just some things people don't like to do.
In my time as the clinician, what I learned was...
My bad, y'all.
Sometimes people would procrastinate mostly with things that they didn't necessarily have the confidence to do or feel comfortable doing. It was outside of their comfort zone, and most of the time their comfort zone, their discomfort zone or beyond their comfort zone was also accompanied with lack of confidence in that particular thing. So it was like, yeah, I don't really want, like if I can't swim or if I feel like I'm not a good swimmer,
yeah,
I'm probably not gonna really be all out in the deep end like that, for real. Like if I can't hold on the wall, or you know what I'm saying,
okay,
do something that's gonna make me.
So to piggyback off that example, so let's say for you to be in the deep end, you need to learn how to swim.
Right.
Swim lessons start at 8:30 in the morning, and you don't want to get up.
Because
lazy,
or I'm comfortable in this bed.
I think it's fear. I think secretly people are just like afraid to overcome that lack of confidence, and that's what leads to procrastination. You know,
fear is an interesting synonymous, I think.
That's
word
a whole nother angle, a
Yeah.
whole nother slice of this pie.
Like,
well, go ahead.
I wanted to be a architect when I was a little kid, and I wasn't sure what aspect of it I wanted to be involved with.
Okay.
But I was never a strong math student until I got to high school.
Okay.
And by that time, I had already realized, like, I'm not that passionate about math. But math is a big part of the job.
It's a huge part.
So do I really want to be an architect? And so what I told myself was, is it still an interest of mine? Yes. But am I comfortable, or would I probably feel lazy, not really motivated to do the necessary requirements as far as math is concerned?
I took
That's why I didn't go that route.
I took 2 years of computer-aided drafting in high school.
Yeah.
I did architectural and mechanical.
Yeah.
And I was considering going to school for it. And I looked at the math classes and was like, yo, I'm not now I can look back as an adult at my 17-year-old self and say I was being lazy back then. But I mean, finding a 17-year-old that's not taking opportunities to be lazy is extremely rare, to be completely honest.
I had been cutting hair since middle school.
Okay.
When I finally went to barber school, I kind of lost interest in cutting hair.
Why?
Because I had to unlearn something to learn something else.
So barber school took you out of your comfort zone?
Exactly. Because I was accustomed to doing something a certain way. And then that was like, you don't do that.
You don't do it that way.
That's
You
not
gotta do
how
it
it's
a different
done.
way. Okay.
We're going to do it this way. And so in a lot of instances, I was lazy because I really wasn't comfortable. And I wasn't also motivated to learn something. I wasn't necessarily not motivated to learn something new. I wasn't motivated to unlearn what I thought I already knew. That was probably the most challenging part, was to unlearn, because I was set in my ways.
Yeah.
I was set in my ways.
So here's where I'm at. I think lazy people are usually comfortable, but comfortable people are not always lazy.
Is there anything that's really...
I don't think it goes the same direction in both ways. I think it works different.
I don't know if
so
it's
too.
ever lazy. I feel like it's either you're indifferent about something or afraid. I think those are like the two root things, and then laziness is like a result of being indifferent or afraid of doing something.
Right. I think so too. I think they're synonymous.
So y'all think y'all right and I'm wrong? That's what you're saying?
Not really sure what's going on here, but
I think we're all saying the same thing.
Just
like,
saying it in different ways.
Right.
yeah, we'll go with that.
I'm comfortable.
Uh-huh.
I'm not lazy.
Okay. What?
If you're comfortable and not lazy, email the show at BWYF@gmail.com.
Yes, indeed.
I would love for you to stand on my side of this argument.
Oh,
Please,
boy.
by all means.
No argument, people.
Oh, no, let's argue.
We just starting the
I
conversation.
want all the smoke.
Y'all
in the
finish
comments,
the conversation.
in the email. I want it all. All them problems. When we gonna start this Patreon?
Man.
I don't know neither. There's some questions that have to be answered before.
This is true.
When we reach 500 subscribers.
There you go.
I like it.
So who controls it? You do. The people.
Yeah.
You determine when we have
Yeah.
a Patreon available. I honestly think we can start it a little sooner than 500 though.
500 is a good number.
I like 100.
You like 100?
I like 100 subscribers.
Okay. That's a good number too.
What do you think? You think that's not enough? You
I think we
need
should
to
set the bar high.
set the bar at 500?
5 scunge it.
I'm over 2, y'all. I'm over 2. Shout out to DJ Progress on the ones and twos.
Yes, indeed.
Always giving us a fly beat to talk over the top of.
That guy.
Be on the lookout for what he got coming next, y'all.
Yes, indeed.
Because it's about to go down like a motherfucking plane crash. Instagram, BWYF_podcast. We actually just posted some stuff like a few minutes ago while we was doing the pre-show stuff. So, yeah, that's kind of dope. I'm a fan of going live.
Are you?
I am.
You're a go liver? Is that where we're ending the show? Huh? Is that where we're going?
I don't even want to end it.
No?
No, listen.
All right.
Is our audience old enough to know what a go liver is? Dom, do you know what a go liver is? Look, he's confused. We got to get a Dom cam. They got to be able to see this face right here.
Said
the
it all.
eyebrows was like, oh, what?
A person who goes live, right? Often.
What do you mean by go live?
Often.
Press the go live button on Instagram.
Huh. Okay.
If you know what a go liver is, we thank you for being here.
That answers that question.
Yeah, it did.
Yep.
We thank you for being here.
Like an influencer, you know?
Oh, wow.
Just go further down that wormhole, are we?
Oh.
Are the letters? Listen, y'all, I'm trying. All right, I'm gonna bolt them to something
That's a good idea.
so that they all stay the same,
That's a good idea.
the same distance. I'm gonna measure it.
Yeah.
I think the W was a little off too.
Yeah,
I might have to make another W. I 3D printed those, y'all. It was fun.
Mm-hmm.
I was making them and I was like, I can't wait to put these on the table when we shoot the show. I needed this. I needed to be on the mic tonight.
That's what's up.
Side note, today, the day we're shooting this, today,
Mm-hmm.
is my 15th wedding anniversary. 15 whole bangers, bro, ham. And I'm hanging out in the studio with y'all. Let's post. No, we got a weekend plan. We're going to do some stuff. I wanted to go whale watching.
Okay. Any particular reason?
She would like it.
Okay.
I like the water, so I would have been cool with it.
Is that something you do out on the water, or is that?
Yeah, apparently, there's a couple of ports about an hour north of Boston
Okay.
that you can, get on the charter and go see whales.
Okay.
I always wonder about that, though, because there's got to be a possibility if you're not seeing no whales.
I don't know. Not sure how that works.
Me neither. We're going to go skydiving. Because we're at a point in our thing where experiences, is what we paying for. No longer. If we want stuff, we just go get stuff.
True.
But experiences is what we make those gifts now.
Is indoor skydiving in the equation?
I don't think so.
Oh, you want the real thing?
I do.
Okay.
I do. She does too. And we called the Cleveland skydiving people because I didn't know that was a thing, but I found that out. Here's the other thing I found out. There's a weight limit on skydiving.
What's the weight limit?
A little bit lower.
How much lower?
How
much is that?
How much is that? How much is this in pounds?
Just a morning jog will take care of
it. Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
Apple a day, morning jog.
Listen, bruh.
Coffee.
Listen. If I was to go for my anniversary when I planned this, I tried to plan this like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I'd have had to do crack and lose that much weight in that short amount of time to be able to skydive.
And not get addicted.
And not get, I don't know, how long does this take? If you do crack for like a month and then do like 2 months of rehab,
this is a Patreon.
Do you no longer want
Patreon conversation?
This is nothing.
I'm not sure what's going on here.
Just saying.
There's
a weight limit on skydiving, and neither me or my wife made the cut.
And you out there, just want you to know that you don't have to do crack to lose weight.
No, you don't.
I don't want you to think that.
No,
that's where we're going.
No, diet and exercise are more than sufficient enough for you to get your body into a better shape and condition. By all means, don't do crack. Crack is whack. And you heard that here on BWYF at gmail.com. Email the show.
Peace.
Later, y'all.